who
How are
I
you?
see is in a studio.
I am. I am. Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it. So speaking of that, let's start with growing up first of all. So where did you grow up and how did you get into the acting industry?
So
Who plays Kelly Nealon? Can't remember her
yeah,
name.
yeah. Millie Gibson. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What was it like working with her? Hi guys, and welcome to the Anmol Lakhani show, the final episode of the series. And today I'm joined by Jamie Dorrington, who
How are
I
you?
see is in a studio.
I am. I am. Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it. You got any, mixes planned?
I've got a few mixes planned. I mix every week, really. If I'm honest with you, it sort of keeps me busy. I've been DJing since I was like 13, 14. So back in the vinyl days, because I'm like, how old am I now? 40. So I've probably been DJing like good 25 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's quite nice DJing because like you can mix with new songs, you can like see what works and like just
Definitely.
create new mixes.
It's definitely a love of my life, man. Music is life, isn't it? Music's
Yeah,
life.
I used to use DJ2 when I was younger, so I used to like mix like different songs and I still do.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
addictive, isn't it? It's addictive. It's good. It's a good thing to get into.
I just love it. It's like once I'm set on something, that's it. I just want to do it.
Yeah, that's it. Focus and just go ahead and do it.
Yeah. So speaking of that, let's start with growing up first of all. So where did you grow up and how did you get into the acting industry?
So I grew up in Leeds, Leeds and Manchester, and it was all right. Yeah, Leeds is up north. Up north's all good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a bit different to down south. It's less hectic up here, busy wise, other than in the city centre. So it's quite laid back. So yeah, growing up was all right, man. School was all right. Messed about a bit at school, and yeah, I don't know. Probably always a bit of the actor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Has acting always like been in you?
Do you know what? I think it was the only lesson at school that I would really focus on. I think that we were talking before we started recording. I'm not really academic. I couldn't really sort of get my head into the English and the maths and the science and stuff like that. And it just no other sort of lesson at school sort of interested me at all, really. Uh, Apart from being active, so stuff like your PEs and your dramas and your games and stuff like that. That was, and apart from graphics was all right. Graphics and art, I liked that. But apart from that, yeah, it's sort of, I don't know. Like I say, I've always sort of acted up, really. Whether that's sort of messing about at school, uh, and then sort of after school, it was just something I sort of fell into, really, without sort of planning it. To be fair, it wasn't a plan to do that.
So so how did you get into the acting industry? Was it via an agent or did you just do it yourself through local classes?
Yeah, I mean, funnily enough, I took a friend of mine to an audition. It was an open audition in Manchester. He said he wanted to go down, so I gave him a lift because I was driving at the time. He wasn't driving. I took him to the audition, and I was having a cigarette outside the building where they were doing the audition. And one of the directors came out. I didn't realise he was a director at the time, and he came out and he said, "He goes, what are you doing?" So I said, "Oh, I'm just waiting for my mate, having a cigarette." And he said, "The auditions have started." I said, "Look, mate, I'm not here to audition. I'm just waiting for my mate." But he came across a little bit aggressive, and obviously I've reacted to that. And he's gone, "That's what I want." And I said, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "I want you to audition." So I said, "Oh, I'm not an actor, mate. I'm not it's not really do. I hadn't really done anything since school." I said, it's not really for me." And he said, "Look, all I need you to do is pretend you're arguing with your sister." And at that time, me and my sister weren't really getting on. So I do that every day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, so we went up, and he gave us a sort of real life situation. Uh, we sort of reacted to that naturally, and I ended up getting a part in this. It was a web series actually, called the Ends Drama. It was called. It was a web series about growing up in the north. It was a little bit comedy in it, so a bit like Shameless, a bit like Adulthood, Kidulthood, but a northern version. It was that type of thing. So that was my first job. So that's how I sort of got into it. And after that, it was like, right, I want to do this now. Do you know what I mean? So it was
Yeah,
a case of trying to find an agent. And when you haven't been to drama school, it's just an absolute, it's just a field of madness. Do you know what I mean? It's you've got to sift through a lot of rubbish to find out what you're actually supposed to do. You know, it's no one sort of really gives you advice on it. You know, but even, I speak to people who've been to drama school and they're the same. You know, they don't really prep you for uh, life after drama school and getting into the industry. They don't really teach you what it's really like when you do sort of start working in the industry. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. And then obviously, after that web job, you went on to do bigger things like Happy Valley,
Yep.
Coronation Street, Emmerdale. How do you prepare
Mhm.
yourself for those type of roles?
Well, Happy Valley was actually I'd say my first proper job. That's the best term I sort of say is my first proper job, something I could get my teeth into. It was BBC. It was working with, professional actors
Yeah,
who were just absolutely amazing. I mean, I think I actually fluked that job, if I'm honest with you. I ended up meeting Sally Wainwright and I did an audit and then the part I auditioned for, obviously, with it being my first proper audition, I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't really know how to prepare and stuff like that. So I've gone in, I've done my thing, and they saw something in me. They didn't give me the part I originally auditioned for, but they offered me another part, which was amazing. And luckily, the character I originally auditioned for, he gets killed in the first series. So it was a sort of blessing in disguise that the
yeah,
character they gave me was in the first and second series, so that was good. So I mean, preparing myself for that, I'll be honest with you, Happy Valley, I did not prepare myself at all. It sounds very unprofessional, but it was at that time I didn't know how to prepare. I literally turned up and I did my thing. I mean, I turned up in the clothes I was wearing. I turned up and they put me in a trailer. That's the first time I've ever had my own trailer or anything, even on a job. And the guy comes to the trailer and he opened the door. He saw me in my clothes and he didn't realise they were my own clothes. And he said, "Oh, great, you've been a costume. Lovely. We'll get you on set now." Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So I literally winged it from the costume to actually performing. So that was a big learning curve. Do you know what I mean? I learned a lot on that job, and it was hard, but I think that was the best way for me to learn was being thrown in at the deep end. I didn't know how to hit my mark. I didn't know what being on a set was like. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. And then
A
Coronation
proper set.
Street. And then Coronation Street, you obviously worked with the girl who plays Kelly Nealon. Can't remember her
Yeah,
name.
yeah. Millie Gibson. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What was it like working with her?
Do you know what? So after Happy Valley, I did a few bits and bats of dramas, and I ended up doing a couple of years in Emmerdale as a character called
Gaz.
Gaz, which was a storyline with there's a character in it called Ross. I think he's back in it now. There's like a it was when people were all the newspapers was doing the storylines on the acid attacks and stuff like that. So it touched on that, and I get him hooked on drugs, and he sort of ends up going in a downward spiral. So I ended up doing a couple of years on that, and then I had a break for about a year, and then Coronation Street came in with the offer to go in and cause a bit of trouble in there for a couple of episodes. They didn't actually say who the storyline was with. But to move from Emmerdale into Corrie and then have an amazing storyline with Millie Gibson, which was part of her leaving storyline, was amazing.
Yeah, because then she went on to do Doctor Who and played the lead.
I mean, she's phenomenal. Millie is phenomenal. I mean, she was, I think it was 2021, 22 that I did Corrie. So, she's a little bit older now, but yeah, she's phenomenal. I met some good people in Corrie as well. Some good people I worked with there.
Ruby Sunday. That was it. Ruby Sunday. I was trying to
All
work
right.
out who the character was. in Doctor Who.
Yeah, but I mean, like I say, smashing it in Doctor Who as well, isn't she?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that much of a Doctor Who fan, but I've seen bits of her in it, and it is really, really good.
Yeah, I'll
So
be honest. I wouldn't watch it if if Millie wasn't in it. If I'm honest with you, it's not really my type of thing. But
yeah,
yeah, yeah, she's really good in it.
you never know. Maybe Doctor Who is something anyone can get into. Um,
You never know.
so what plans do you have for after? Do you have any plans for any more acting work in the
Yeah, I mean,
industry?
obviously I'm still on the circuit. I'm still auditioning. Obviously, you get your auditions through. You do the auditions. A lot of it's self tapes now rather than physical auditions, which can be, I suppose, a blessing and not a blessing. I mean, I prefer going into a room and doing an audition in front of people rather than doing it sort of over Zoom or a self tape.
Yeah,
But then obviously you don't have to do the traveling. So yeah, I'm still auditioning. Got a few things coming up in the pipeline. We've done a couple of things since Corrie. Just dipped in a few dramas. Did a bit of Hollyoaks the other year. Uh, and since then it's been a little bit quiet. But you sort of go through these sort of patches as actors. Do you know what I mean? It's you're never in constant work. You've always got to have something on the back burner. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, and obviously during those quiet periods, you've got your, as I said at the beginning, you've got your side hustle, which is DJing.
Which is
So,
DJing. Yeah.
do you really enjoy that?
Do you know what, mate? I love it. Like I do my show on a Wednesday, 6 while 8, and when I'm not doing anything else, I just love Wednesdays, man. I love sorting the tunes out for the show. I love doing the show. I love the feeling people get when. So I try keep it old school, sort of house, piano house, dance. So I like the nostalgia that people get. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah. Do
I
you hope
like that. I love that.
do you hope to host like a actual radio show like Capital, Smooth, or something like that? Or
Do you know
Hearts?
what? I'd love to do something on maybe Kiss or Capital or something like that. It's definitely. I don't know. I love presenting the radio. It's that was something new as well. Because to be fair, when I was DJing before, I used to just do nightclubs and stuff like that. And then when I got into the acting, I got approached by a guy called Grant Nelson, who's is quite a legend producer in the game. He's old school, man. He's had so many big hits out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he approached me and asked me to do a show on his station, and I ain't looked back since, man. I've been doing it every week for about 12 years now. So, like, I love it.
That's a long time.
Yeah, I didn't actually realize it was that long until I think it was the 12th year I've been doing the radio. This year would be the 12th year. So yeah, it's crazy.
Because most people get the impression that actors are just actors, but they don't know the other stuff that they do on the side. Because even though it is a job, and yes, you earn money through acting, you need like also to have like little side hustle, like to keep going, to keep afloat. So
Yeah, do you know what? Do you know what I think it was? When you start doing a bit of TV work at the start, it's a bit weird because you do sort of get a certain bit of recognition, or I don't know what you call it, like people who enjoy your stuff, yeah,
yeah,
and like a following type of thing. However cringy that sounds, but
yeah,
it's nice to be able to provide uh, something in between those acting jobs that they can listen to, that they can sort of get involved in, and it sort of it just keeps it fresh. You know what I mean? It sort of keeps you active, it keeps you out there, and it's good. You meet so many different people in the music than you do the TV work. It's just nice. It's sort of I don't know. It sort of all ties in together, so it's good, man.
and going back to the acting thing, just quickly, do you prefer reading scripts or just learning it off by heart?
Uh, so how I learn my scripts, I like to learn other people's lines, so then I can react naturally. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't.
Yeah,
I feel like you don't really want to plan how you're going to deliver a line or how you're going to act when you deliver that line. You want to do it in the moment. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So I like to learn the whole thing. Uh, and I think when you do dramas, it's very different because you sort of they're filming 2 episodes a day, 5, 6 days a week. Bam, bam. It's like a machine. The sort of it's like a conveyor belt of scenes just getting smashed out and done. When you do a drama, one scene could take 2 days, could take 3 days to film, depending on the scene. An episode will take a week to a week and a half to complete. You're doing an episode in half a day when you're doing a drama, when you're doing a soap, sorry. So it's the two sort of different things. When I was doing Emmerdale, you finish work that night, you're learning your lines for the next day. When you're doing a drama, it's a bit more laid back. I feel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm always interested because it's like, for the night shoots, do they like put you in a hotel or something, or do you have to sort out your own accommodation?
Nah, so depending on what, sort of how many hours you're working. When I was working, I did nights on Corrie actually, funnily enough. I think I did 2 nights, 2 night shoots on that. And I just travelled because I'm a bit weird like that. Sometimes I don't like being in hotels. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just a bit like that. So if I'm close enough to travel, I don't mind travelling, do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, they do put you up, yeah, they do put you up.
Would you say the night shoots are more fun than the day shoots, or the other way around?
Uh, I'm a day shoot person, really. Night
Yeah.
shoots are fun, but they can be quite long. Do you know what I mean? I haven't done many, like I say, in the soap world. It's normally dramas where you'll do a night shoot, for me anyway, personally. But yeah, night shoots are long. I like my sleep. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Same. Oh, and then finally, this was actually a question I should have asked at the beginning, but I might as well
Okay.
ask it now. Who's Jamie Dorrington in a nutshell?
Who is Jamie Dorrington in a nutshell? That's a good question, man. That's a big question. Uh, wow. Essentially, I'm a 40-year-old actor from the north. I like to I like to give something 100%. I don't like to give up easily. And do you know what? Like, I just like to treat people how I want to be treated myself.
Yeah.
I think essentially, like, it's hard with the world we live in, with the stuff that goes on now. It's hard to be yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I struggle every day to love myself sometimes. You know what I mean? But one thing's for sure, I give a lot more than what I give to myself. So I'm just going to carry on doing that. And yeah, do you know what I mean? I think that's sort of the way forward. When you struggle with yourself, sometimes it can be quite difficult.
I
So
get it.
you've just got to yeah. I mean, everyone struggles, don't they?
Yeah.
Essentially, we are strugglers. Do you know what I mean? Some people struggle in different ways, and I think no matter what you have in life, sometimes you're always going to have those struggles. So I think it's just important that you continue to wake up each day, take each day as it comes, and just continue being you. So, in a nutshell, that's that's what I want to continue being like. Do you know what I mean?
That's great, Jamie. And just quickly, before we finish off, do you have any advice for anyone who wants to get into the acting industry?
Do you know what? My advice for anyone who wants to get into the acting industry is, if you really want to do it, do it. Do you know what I mean? Don't be scared. Don't think you're too old or you haven't got the right look. There's a part for everyone. Do you know what I mean? And you've just got to give it 100%. You have to just continue to do it. There's no there's no right or wrong way to get into the industry nowadays. Do you know what I mean? It's not I couldn't give advice like you need to go get an agent and do this and do that. You just need to make sure you have a good set of headshots. You need to make sure you're confident in yourself. And when you do get an agent, make sure you get an agent that believes in you and that's going to push you to your fullest potential. And, you know, just keep doing your thing and it'll come and it'll happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long process and it's not for everyone. But, everyone who I know in the industry, they're doing it because they love it. It's their passion. It's what you want to do. The same with you, with your podcasts and with you presenting and stuff like that. You do it because you love it and you know it's inside of you. So you've
It's in
got
my
to keep
blood.
doing it. Yeah, it's in your blood, man.
Oh, Jamie, great advice to finish off on. Thank you so much.
No worries at all.